Hemang Jani as well joins in on the show to talk about which way he thinks the markets are headed. Hemang, touch wood to the market rebound. It's been pretty steady the last 3 days and seems like we're headed in for some more of a push today. What do you think is going to actually chug along the market higher? Because in the last 3 days, one has seen very distinct move. You can't really pinpoint one particular sectoral leadership other than perhaps NBFCs.
Yeah, good morning, Aisha. I think it's a good thing because having seen a big grind over the last 4 months, what you're seeing right now is that while the banking and the bank nifty is showing leadership of this rally, you are also seeing a very good breadth and participation come through of from the broader market, be it mid cap indices and stocks, and actually the mid cap stocks are showing a much better upside in the last 2 or 3 days. So I do think that the overall situation is quite conducive for a base formation, and could really give you a some sort of a framework or a structure on which you can build a bigger rally. And the leadership can come from multiple themes or sectors, be it banks and financials. We had seen a bit of a recovery in the capital market related plays, which were so badly beaten down. At the same time, the cap goods, the cement. So I think it would be difficult to pinpoint a specific theme as such. But overall, we do think that this market has a very, good foundation in place.
Right, good foundation in place. A very good morning to you, Hemang. Cheryl also joining the conversation. I just wanted to understand, yes, there are a lot of sectors, and if you look at the way how the market has changed over the last 2 weeks and now, because 2 weeks ago we couldn't find a safe haven or safe pocket in the market, now there are actually opportunities galore. But if you have to actually pinpoint that one sector, apart from banks, which one would it be that you think you can actually look at it and go all out in it right now?
So I think some of the mid cap cap goods plays, something like Kirloskar oil engine or Kirloskar pneumatic, KSB pumps, which were down almost about what 40-50% from the top, and for no real concerns. Of course, some of these companies had a bit of a slowdown, and their previous quarterly numbers were not that great. But when you look at the companies, their valuations, and when you look at their growth outlook, I do think that this pocket of capital goods and oil engines, I definitely think that there is a good amount of upside, and particularly when you look at something like Cummins, which had corrected for no real reason. The quarterly numbers were so good, and the overall outlook that the company has put out is extremely good at about 20% kind of a growth. So I think this is one pocket where I am absolutely confident to get into it even at this point of time.
All right, Hemang, the other big news that we have been tracking today morning is, of course, the Adani Group's foray into the cables and wire segment. A lot of is what is happening in this particular segment. Just a while back, we have seen Ultratech coming out with a big capex plan, and there was a bit of a fear with the investors in some of its peers. But help us understand, what is your read-through with Adani's Group foray into the cables and wires segment, and how is that expected to impact the overall sentiment as well as the competitive intensity?
So I'm also a bit surprised to why all these biggies are trying to enter into this wire and cable segment. It's not as if that it's going to be a big thing in the overall scheme of things for companies like Ultratech or Adani Group. As such, no doubt there is a fair bit of growth which is there, and there is a certain degree of margin, and of course the consolidation could be a big factor, because this is one sector or space where you see a big unorganized segment overall. So I think for incumbents, obviously not great news, but we have to remember that the reaction which was there when Ultratech announced their plans to foray into this time the reaction may not be that big. It could be just a knee jerk thing. Overall, we do like Polycab in particular, because we think that even if these new guys come in, it's going to take quite a bit of time, and these stocks have been doing extremely well operationally. The stock prices are down, but they are doing pretty well, and I don't see any headwinds or challenges, at least from a growth perspective, over the next couple of years. So if I see any correction in names like Polycab, I would definitely go out and buy.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.